comments, like when people comment, Jay.
The comments right there on your top. Yeah. Look at your top right, up under the end broadcast. It says comments.
I see a check mark.
Up under it, it says comments.
Yes, I see comments.
Click on your comments.
I did, but I don't see what he said.
Well, it's probably because he didn't give permission to view his comments.
Gotcha. Okay, so if you want us to view your comments, then you have to give StreamYard or whatever permission, because then we can put them up there, right?
Yep. And so this gave me a great opportunity to test out the presentation feature as well with StreamYard. So there are people who are I don't know where you're watching. So wherever you're watching, send a comment so we can do both.
Okay.
So
cool.
This is actually pretty dope.
This is pretty fun. Okay. So let me go to Love and Flow. So for those of you who are just joining us, now we got it all together. We've been on for about 4 minutes just kind of talking, introducing. Go follow Love is a Parable at loveisaparable.com, which is going across the screen, and you can find out more about that. But I'm here with my friend Jay, who is the founder of that, an altar and dwelling place. And we are going to talk a little bit this afternoon about love. And we just wanted to jump on, have a little bit of fun. He's helping me with StreamYard so that I can actually host from here instead of just being a guest. And so yesterday in Love and Flow TV, if you guys aren't following Love and Flow TV, then you need to go follow it right now, well, after this. And don't leave us. In Love and Flow TV, I posed a question for Friday Flow. And I said, in your own words, what is love, right? I kind of set it up for you, Jay, in a nice way, huh?
You knew that this was going to happen.
Say what?
I said, you knew that this was going to happen.
Yes, I should have tagged you to come and make a comment. So the reason why is because Jay's Love is a Parable is about spreading a message of love. And so many of us have the wrong idea of what love is. I mean, and that was the question, what is your view of love in your own words? And I know I had a skewed view of love because of the fact that people did things and said things to me throughout my life in the name of love. Like, I love you, but I hurt you. I love you, but, and so I've had a very kind of messed up view for a while of love. And just being transparent, it has affected different relationships. As much of a connector and a person that loves others as I am, I do have a certain level of mistrust around love because of that, my history with love. And so I went on a personal development journey to help me in that space, right? And so what is your view of love? If you had to put love in your own words, not go to Webster or Wikipedia, put it in the comments. What is your view of love? Because this is what we did in Love and Flow TV. And so, Jay,
I'm about to say, you're supposed to tell him the whole thing because you went somewhere else.
Yeah. So I had to tell him the backstory.
Right.
Why that was a question, why I think it's a great conversation to have with you. So what is love in your own words, right? And so somebody said sacrifice.
Okay.
Somebody else said vulnerability. Cordell said a spirit, a gift, a residence, and an emotion. Fellow love advocate Lori Jones said unity.
How you gonna say she's a fellow one, but not say Cordell is a fellow one?
Well, I guess that's why I said fellow.
Right.
Cordell. Cordell, everybody knows he sit right beside you like Cordell is a love advocate. And et cetera, et cetera. Dion said, my co-host Dion Selby said action. Someone else said unconditional. Somebody else said honest communication. We have transparency. And then last two, love is really what you see and not what you feel. When you see it and can still rock with it, it's love. Things seen like strongholds, financial hangups, foolishness, mental illness, hurt, darkness, and fear. And then lastly, I think love is hard to put into words in my life. It is something you experience that will show you things about yourself that can cause you to grow or retreat. So those are all of the answers. And my comment to the last one was, I'm not sure that love will cause you to retreat unless it is a situation in which you love yourself enough to know to retreat, or you're not showing someone you love the proper example of it, so you retreat. I think the guise of love, things that people do say they do who say they love you, can taint the purity of what it really is. And I asked her what she thought about that reply. So, Jay, in all of those comments, think about the responses and what would you say to love? Friday afternoon, Saturday.
Well, first of all, you know that Cordell actually gave the structure of what we believe, because me personally, but also the organization Love is a Parable, we don't believe that love actually has a definition. The reason being because we believe that love is free flowing and open and unrestricted. Typically, when we give it a definition, we put things in that box, and heaven forbids if it decides to do anything that is anomalous, we now believe that that no longer can be what it is. If we don't like being put in a box, why would we then put something that is so valuable like love in a box? But we do believe that there are ways to acknowledge that the phenomenon is in existence. And that is what Cordell gave. We believe that it's an emotion, gift, spirit, and residence. And the reason why we believe that is that we don't believe in the different levels or the different types of love. We don't believe in the Greek philosophy of love. We don't believe in agape, storge, phileo, eros type of love. And we don't believe in the 5 love languages. We just believe love is love. How do we know that love is love? Because at the core of who we are love. So the reason why we say it's a gift, spirit, emotion, and residence is because you as an individual have emotions. You as an individual have gifts or talents or skills. You as an individual have a soul or a spirit. You as an individual have a consciousness. It is impossible for you to exist as you without all of those components working in tandem together. And so we believe that love is the same way. And what a lot of people do is respond to, we believe the reactions or the responses of people or other things that come, you said it in the beginning, just because it come in the name of love, that doesn't mean it's love, right? And the one thing we talked about a lot is, when was the last time you heard somebody blame the water for bad lemonade? Right. But we tend to do the opposite when it comes to love. Nobody drinks a soda and say, this water and this soda is horrible. We either say it needs to be more carbonated, it don't have enough flavor, but we never blame the water. We never blame the water when it comes to lemonade. We be like, they need some more lemons or some more sugar. But we tend to do the total opposite. Just because somebody comes in the name of love and add all of these additives, now all of a sudden it's love's fault? No, it's the people's fault. And if we're big on accountability, start putting accountability back into place. A lot of times it's the people. It's just the people. Them people. People jacked up. We got some people that are viewing. We got Tamra, Patricia, Vicky, Moses, Alex Lewis is watching, Derwin and Christina. And we got Jason that are watching too.
Where are you looking? On your page?
Yeah, I shared it. So.
Oh, okay, awesome. Hey, y'all.
Hey, look, now let me go into yours and see.
Dion Selby, Lamomba Qual. You remember Q from Fayetteville?
Yes. Hey.
Yes. And Donald Brumfield, Chanel Wilkins, and Chanel Mitchell are watching on my page.
Hey, Chanel.
Lamomba said, love is the truth shared by each other, which means sharing the things we don't want others to know. But if you share the unknown with each other, I can now protect you. And you guys, if you give StreamYard permission, then we can post your comments actually in the live so everybody can see them. And I believe that it's so important, especially in this season. I mean, this climate where things continue to change like daily. Right. And we're bogged down by a whole bunch of circumstance, that we really truly have to be leading with love more, and really understanding that is going to help us to be able to do it better. And I hate to I was one of those people that was like, you and I have talked about it. That was
Right.
like, I don't know if I'm doing love, and it wasn't that I wasn't necessarily wanting love. It was the associations that I had with it, where people were saying, I love you, but then hurting me, or I love you, but, backbiting, and, all of these different things. And it's like, well, I don't want love then, if that's what it is, And so really understanding that, like you said, it's not the water.
Right. It's the additives.
Yeah, it's the additives. Right. And so it's the sugar or the salt or just whatever. So
yeah, I was going to add to that because, we give people permission to trespass so much that we feel like the trespass is a part or a constituent of love. Like, you can have confidentiality, privacy, and omission of information and still have love in existence. You see what I mean? Let me explain. My wife had a whole life before me. My wife have thoughts and things and all of that. She don't have to share those things with me. We have been conditioned to believe that we're supposed to share our innermost secrets and our innermost this and all of that. No, we don't. But what I do, if I come in the name of love, I should exemplify and personify love. Disclosure of secrets has nothing to do with love.
Yeah.
And we got to move to that place. Oh, there they go. They all came, not Kim.
There they go. Because my page was private.
Oh.
Yes, by default, it is friends only. I saw this top right. So I'm like, oh, well, let me go and make it public. Now I can see them. Okay.
Right. So in accountability, we have been conditioned to be slaves to others. And we feel like we have to tell everybody every single thing. And you don't have to do that. And that's where the resentment comes, because you have allowed people to invade your privacy and get mad when they cause a disruption in your residence. We can't do that. That's not love.
Yeah. Right. I love that. Lamumba said, love is the truth shared by each other, which means sharing the things. Oh, we read that one.
Yeah, but I still like it.
I know. Let's like it again. If we don't share the unknown becomes triggers that will affect the relationship.
No, unhealthy people who don't deal with their triggers. See, accountability, like, I shouldn't come to you whole. I shouldn't come to you broken. I shouldn't be coming to you in a broken relationship to begin with. I should be coming into a relationship. And that's another thing. Talking about romanticism is different from love. So if you are a committed person and a responsible person, you need to deal with your issues before coming into a relationship. That's why I hate when people say better half. My wife is not my better half. My wife is my partner. And she's a whole, complete woman on her own. I didn't get a half of a woman. She didn't get half of a man. And I think that we need to stop the narratives of, I have to do all that. No, come in a relationship healed. Be honest. And if you're broken, say, hey, I want to be with you, but I'm broken and I need to get some counseling. I need to get some things worked out for me. Right. Damaged people don't damage people. People who refuse to acknowledge their damage people.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say too, Jay, because all of us, a lot of us have brokenness and different stuff going on with us. And so, like what you just said, communicating that you're in a healing process or have some brokenness is absolutely important. So that you're not blaming the person, and then now you have a negative connotation of what love is, and and then not being able to be healthy and grow and all of that. And so I think it's powerful to really, it goes back to accountability. I think it's powerful to really understand who and how we need to be, and if we're not there, grow towards that. You gotta go. So we just wanted to come on quickly. Do you want to wrap up and say anything?
No, I think that some people may have questions.
Say what?
I said, I think that some people may have questions. And I wanted to clarify. When we're talking about love is a parable, especially us. And Kim has that because she's been through the program twice. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate it. We don't talk romanticism. We believe romanticism is different from love. And like people say, well, how is that even possible? Well, think about it. How many people are committed to people that they don't really love? And how many people love people that they're not even committed to? So romanticism is a whole different spectrum that people don't even really want to deal with, because, you know, when we talk about lack of accountability, that lack of accountability is so severe because it's systemic at this point. So people come in thinking that, oh, love will fix commitment, love will fix accountability, love will fix responsibility. You got to fix that. You got to fix all of those things. And so we want to definitely make sure that people know that we're not talking about romanticism when we're talking about love. We're just talking about love.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, I could have a whole conversation with you, though, Jay, because when I think about the love languages and what you said about that, you know how many people from marriage and partnership relationships to just friendship really focus on those love languages. And so now it's kind of a system. It's kind of like a model for how you maneuver in life. Like, oh, if you don't understand my love language, right? And now it's across the board. So for you to say we don't believe in the love languages, it's kind of like, I'm sure people are like, what? Let's break that down. So we have to talk about that another time. Like,
well, because
it's a true shared period, I believe. Well, that's Q again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love is truth, but love is not, you're not obligated to share everything about you with a person. That's the part. Like, I believe love is true, but what is happening here is, for 19 years we've been helping people have healthier relationships, and people are really bringing in a lot of things that are totally separate, and we're putting them all together.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm supposed to know everything about my wife, what? That's crazy. Right. That's why she has friends. That's why she have her best friends. You know what I mean? So she can talk to, I know all of her best friends, they're good girls. She can talk about those things to them. But we can still have a great relationship. She still can be my friend, but she don't have to know everything about me.
But you know, people feel betrayed though when they find out little stuff later.
I get that.
You know, this is such a healthy conversation to continue to have, because, you know, we have been taught that if you haven't told me all of this, then you're hiding and you're not being transparent, and that's not love. But really, truly understanding that it's just not possible to know everything about a person. But then also, you chose to love that person. And also going back to the fact that that person should also choose to tell you that if they have these certain issues and just different things like that, we're not blaming love. We're facing ourselves and being responsible and accountable to ourselves and our choices. But it's such a broad conversation.
No, you did that. You did it.
Say what?
You did that. No, I agree with you 100%. But we don't want, that's the part that we miss. Like, a good example. Now, I think somebody said up front, I forgot who it was, I think Dana said up front. Yes, like, if it's something that's going to impact the union that we agreed upon, I should disclose those things to you.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, if you have a pre-existing disease, or you have a pre-existing illness, or if you have certain struggles, or you have certain issues, those things, yes, because that impacts me. And if we're in an agreement of honesty, we do that. But here's the other thing, like, how many sex partners my wife had, they ain't none of my business. How many people she slept with in her past, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't need to know all that. I don't need to know the number, and I don't need to know all that.
Whether she did or not. Right.
I just need to know, okay, do we got any STDs? Do we got any things that we need to worry about present day? And so what happens is, and it happens several times, people try to go back. It's happening right now with racism. People are trying to heal the present by trying to act like the history didn't happen. No, the history happened. That's what made us who we are. But what can we do presently to become better?
Right.
And so sometimes we give people too much permission to trespass. And we feel like we're obligated to share things that we don't have to share. Yeah.
Yeah. We do. And that's why I want to continue this conversation, because of the fact that, you know, so many marriages, relationships are destroyed because of what preconceived or what things that we've been taught incorrectly about the institutions up the institution of marriage versus love, right? Versus the institution of friendship versus, or the relationships versus love. And,
right.
I'm so excited about my healing journey and how far I've come, because now I can also be free to love and to understand and be happy and be in a healthy relationship. So how do you feel about time of being in a relationship and being happy? Some use time together versus being happy. I think we kind of addressed that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, and I will say this, Kim, like we talk about this a lot, and it's so great for one, because for one, it's just great to have you and I together. Because and I love how, and this is a good example of foundational principles. We talk about Ephatha in Love is a Parable, like being open, and it's a freeing and trusting your instinct. This happened organically because you and I both trust our instinct. We're like, oh, let's just test this out and look what happened. When you trust your instinct, it will always guide you. The truth of the matter is we have cut off our instinct. This is why we have trust issues, because when we come into this world, we went through an assimilation process. Yes, we call it parenting. Yes, we call it rearing. But the truth of the matter is we have been conditioned to deny ourselves. Don't do this. Don't do that. The first 2 years of our life is really no.
Yeah.
And you spend 17 or 18 years of your life listening to your village or your community of influences tell you what to think, what to do, and all of that. Yes, it may be out of survival, but it's out of survival of a system that is already constructed. And in that process, we're telling them subconsciously, don't listen to your voice. Listen to mommy's voice. Listen to daddy's voice. Listen to coach's voice. Listen to pastor's voice. And the list goes on and on of who we need to listen to. And then when they become quote unquote an adult, we say, what, Kim? What is your voice telling you? What do you want to do? And you're like, I don't know, because you killed that voice.
Find your voice.
Right.
It's in there.
Exactly. You killed it and buried it for 18 years. And now I have to go through a solo excavating process to find my voice that you helped me bury.
Mm-hmm.
So we go through that whole process of helping people uncover the things that they live, because everybody who say that they real and they true for the most part aren't. The life that we live for the most part is in response to the expectations, standards, and the reactions of others. Who we believe ourselves to be is based off of the responses and the interactions we have with other people. And we got to change that and trust our instinct.
Yeah.
Our instinct will tell you when you're happy.
First, though. We have to accept it to change it, because so many people feel like, you're a island, basically, like nothing influenced you and you came up with this mindset and who you are just out of the sky. But we really do have to accept who our influences have been, what they have been, especially if we want to move forward. You got to foundationally know where you are in order to be able to move to the next level. And so we have to accept it first, and then from there we can create and be changed.
I agree.
So that's what LaMama just said.
Yep, he said it.
Love that. Let's end with that. You cannot love until you find who you really are. You cannot love the way that you are capable of.
Exactly.
Really love until you find who you really are. So guys, thanks for coming and hanging with me and my friend Jay.
Yay!
We'll be back another time. This is Saturday. We said we were gonna jump on this weekend, support each other. We talk all the time, but we don't go live together. This is the first time. It's probably just been the two of us. So
just the two of us.
Just the two of us. So anyway, like I said in the beginning, we just jumped on. I couldn't get my light right, so forgive. You can see the words all through my arm. But so
look, and I ain't had no haircut, so I had to throw on my kufi real quick.
Yeah, but we matching now.
Right.
Have a great Saturday. We'll see you another time.
All right, thank you guys.
Go follow Love is a Parable and Coffee and Collaboration. Peace.
Yep, and if you're watching from Love is a Parable and all the many platforms, make sure you go follow Coffee and Collaborations.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
See y'all.